What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman III of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily, and if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. It is Thursday, November 21st, officially turning the page to the San Francisco 49ers. As much fun as it was beating the Bears in the fashion that we did on Sunday, we've got bigger things to focus on. 49ers coming to town this Sunday, 3:25 game, Lambeau Field. Weather is supposed to be perfect for some football, mid to upper 40s. At this moment, there are no chances of rain, maybe some snow showers later in the evening. A perfect day to beat the brakes off of the 49ers. A team that we've had trouble with over the last decade or so, specifically in the playoffs. We all remember too well. Packers hit the practice field yesterday, and overall great news on the injury front besides two players. Every single guy practiced for the Packers yesterday, and the two that did not were Marshawn Lloyd and Jaire Alexander. Marshawn Lloyd has been put on the non-football injury list due to having appendicitis, and Jaire is still managing that knee injury that he's been dealing with for a few weeks now. So coach did say after practice that they will give him the full week, as always, to see if he can get ready for the game this weekend. If I had to bet, I don't think we'll see him out there, but I've been wrong many times before, and hopefully I'm wrong about this one. There's nothing more I'd love to see than for Jaire to be healthy and back out there for us. Without further ado, let's dive into some questions here and get to talking some Packers. The sole reason why I am here with you this morning is to chalk it up with you guys. As always, the Nicolet Law hotline is now live. Do you want to give me? Do you want to be part of the show? Give me a call and talk some Packers. Got a Packers question? You got a Packers comment? You got anything you want to talk about Packers related? Give me a call on the Nicolet Law hotline. Number is on the screen, 319-242-2332. What do we got starting us off here, Tristan? No Nick Bosa this weekend would be huge. Absolutely, Tristan. Nick Bosa not playing this weekend is becoming a real possibility for the 49ers, unfortunately for them. He has not practiced this week, and they also made a move in signing former Packer Jonathan Garvin yesterday, who we all know plays the same position as Bosa. So that'll be something to keep an eye on as we get closer to kickoff. On another note, George Kittle, who also is a little banged up, said yesterday that he is going to play, and Brock Purdy is expected to play as well. 49ers sitting at 5-5, pretty much on the brink of must-win games here on out. You think, at least for the NFC side, you probably can't lose more than 6, maybe 7 games to have a shot at the playoffs with how good the cream of the crop has been on the top end on the NFC side. So if guys are tinkering on the line of, being able to play or not, they most likely are going to be playing, and that is the case for George Kittle. Also the case for Brock Purdy, who had a shoulder injury, was listed as day-to-day earlier this week. I think the expectation all week has been that he is going to play, and Coach LaFleur said that much yesterday during his presser, that he is expected to play. So Nick Bosa's situation, though, that'll be something to keep an eye on this week. Would be a massive loss for the 49ers, a guy that has given us trouble every time we faced him. So we'll see if he goes or not. If I had to bet, probably not, but we shall see. What else we got? Tristan, thanks for hopping on, my man. Hope you have yourself a great Thursday. Haley, we are so close to blowing the door off on offense. Haley, I agree. We've been moving the ball with pretty much no problems all year long. It's once we've got into the red zone where we have had some issues. As we all know, I'm not breaking any news here. Take the last game against the Bears, for example. We scored 20 points overall on just, I think, 7 total possessions. 2 of those drives ended inside the 10-yard line, and we came with 0 points. The one of those drives being the 4th down conversion try that we did not get, and then the other one being the interception that Jordan sailed over Tucker Kraft's head. So red zone offense is hopefully the number one thing on the list to clean up this week, because like you said, we're this close to popping off for 40 plus points, 34, 35 points. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think that's going to happen this weekend against San Fran. I feel it. I'm feeling a breakout game that we've been waiting for on offense. I was waiting all year long for the Christian Watson breakout game, and we finally got it last weekend against the Bears. 4 catches, 150 yards. He popped off, and just think, if we would have scored, say, a touchdown and a field goal on those 2 drives that we were inside the 10, we'd be sitting at 30 points. So that'd be a pretty decent offensive day. If we would have scored 2 touchdowns, there's 34 points. Even 2 field goals, there's 26 points. And we would have won by 7 instead of just 1. So this weekend, speak it into existence, is the weekend the Packers offense finally plays a complete game. I know they played a pretty complete game against the Cardinals, which I was at that game. It was fun to watch. Everything was great besides that late first half interception. I think this weekend is finally the weekend we can see our guys on the offensive side pop off. Haley, thank you for hopping on. Have yourself a great Wednesday or a Thursday. Excuse me. Getting pretty close to the weekend here. I'll be heading up to Green Bay next Thursday night for the Dolphins-Packers game. I am super excited for it. Aaron Campman is the alumni player of the game. I'll be bringing my Aaron Campman jersey up to Lambeau and having him sign that. I'm pretty excited about that. And then, going to watch the Packers-Dolphins Thanksgiving night. No better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than to sit or in my case, stand and watch the Packers hopefully get a win. The Dolphins, though, kind of in a similar situation as the 49ers, a little bit more desperate than them for a win in each week they have left this season. I think they're sitting at 4-6, so they really can't afford to lose that many more games. And we play them on Thursday night, of course. They're starting to kind of hit their stride on offense, especially. Hopefully, we will have a decent game plan against them. But enough looking ahead to the Dolphins. We're talking about the Niners here. And Liam coming in with the perfect Niners question. Am I the only one that hates the 49ers more than anybody else? Well, Liam, I'm sure you're not alone in that aspect. I personally, honestly, I've not had any issue with the 49ers pretty much like ever, at least during my lifetime. They haven't won a Super Bowl in dang near 30 years. Whatever they do beat us in the postseason, it almost always seems to be more of a we choked type of game, especially in recent years. We choked at Lambeau back with Rodgers a couple of years back. And I know we got ran all over the place back in the 2010s by them. Raheem Mostert, Colin Kaepernick. But during those games, I was more embarrassed by our defensive effort than I was impressed by their offense, if that makes any sense. I've always came out of our Niners playoff losses just disappointed in our performance more so than anything else. And the fact that they have not gone on to win the Super Bowl after beating us, there's really no sting. I'm not a huge 49er hater. This year, more than any year, I think we can actually beat them and beat them pretty handedly. But I saw a post from my buddy Big B last night on Twitter talking about pretty much the same thing, saying he can't wait to see us beat the brakes off of this Niners squad. And I'm with him. I can't wait. So, Liam, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you. Have yourself a good Thursday. My man Aaron in the chat, as always, appreciate you hopping on, Aaron. Niners are going to be desperate. You're not wrong, Aaron. They're 5-5, trying to stay alive in the NFC playoff race, and they're pretty banged up. Brandon Ayuk out for the year with a torn ACL. Nick Bosa in danger of missing the game this weekend. Brock Purdy's going to play, but he's a little banged up. Christian McCaffrey, of all people, are the healthiest among their playmakers. So I would imagine they're going to be handing the ball off to him quite a bit. And our run defense is not very good. So hopefully we have an answer for him. Our defense overall, especially last game, they did not play very well. I was very disappointed, very taken back by the defensive effort last weekend. Rashawn Gary finally gets a sack. I'm loving that, but pretty much nobody else showed up. I know Carl Brooks and Brenton Cox and TJ Slayton showed up a little bit, but man, we got ran all over. Caleb Williams converted, 12 first downs or 8 first? I can't remember. It was some asinine number. Got to be better this weekend. Otherwise, we're going to get boat raced. And, yeah, got to be better. So, Aaron, thank you for hopping on, my man. Have a good Thursday. My man, Rakeem, in the house. Rakeem, how you doing, buddy? How was your birthday? Hope you had a good 23rd birthday. And, hey, we got the win for you last weekend. Packers did their job. I hope you did yours by celebrating accordingly. I think that last loss to the 49ers did something to us, especially the way we lost. I feel like the Packers will be looking to feast this Sunday. Get the gravy and biscuits ready. Get the gravy and biscuits ready. I absolutely love that. Get the gravy and biscuits ready, huh? Let's go. Yeah, Jordan Love was talking about it yesterday after practice. Talking about, that loss stings. Absolutely. We were winning that game the majority of the time. We were controlling that game in San Francisco with the youngest team ever. First-year starting quarterback. Defense was a mess. And we were still playing pretty well that game. And then the offense in the later of the second half just kind of stalled out. And Anders Carlson missing that 41-yard field goal. And how many points did we lose by? We lost by 3. So absolutely hate to see it. Our defense let them march right down the field and get that go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter. And then we turn around and Jordan hucks up a prayer, a cross-body throw across the field for an interception to end our season. I was starting to believe as we entered the playoffs after beating the Bears in Week 18 last year. I'm thinking, all right, we can dismantle a Super Bowl team and, make some noise in the playoffs a little bit. Probably not expecting to get past the divisional round. We did the job in the wild card round, smoking the Cowboys. And during that game and following that game, I was thinking, you know what? With how we played and with how hot we were and just the kind of carefree attitude that most of the team had, I was thinking, well, shoot. We got the Lions. We got the 49ers, obviously, following the Cowboys game. If we can get past them out in Santa Clara, we'll face the Lions most likely in Detroit, who we just spanked on Thanksgiving a few weeks prior. So I was getting pretty hopeful. And then comes the 49er game, and I was still pretty hopeful up until shortly after halftime when they kind of started to falter, run out of gas on the offensive side. And, we get sent home packing on a game-ending interception by Jordan. And hopefully we'll learn from that, and hopefully they'll use that as some motivation, which Jordan said so himself yesterday after practice, using that loss that Rakeem is talking about as a little bit of extra motivation. So, Rakeem, I feel like the Packers will be looking to feast this Sunday. Get the gravy and biscuits ready. I am completely with you. I think I was talking about it earlier. I think this is a game where we finally pop off on offense, where things just come together. We don't have two trips in the 10-yard inside the 10-yard line in the red zone coming out with 0 points. We don't have any drops or any miscues. I think this is the weekend we put it all together, and maybe even get a lucky bounce go our way as far as a couple deep shots similar to last weekend, and some good run spring plays from Josh Jacobs. With that, I'll go Packers 34, 49ers 21. That's where my head's at. My head has been in a space of winning by 2 scores every game this season, just to clarify. So, Rakeem, hope you have yourself a great day. Thanks for hopping on. My man Nick's in the house. Good to see you. Ike, who has a surprisingly good game this weekend? Ooh, it's a good question, because there are a lot of guys who have been pretty silent. They've been kind of ghosting on us. Rashawn Gary comes to mind. He had a sack last week. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come moving forward. Hopefully he can build off that. And I'm going to go with Kenny Clark. He's been pretty quiet pretty much all year long. I've rarely heard his name on any occasion. He has 0 tackles combined in the last 2 games. That is not good. He's getting double teamed. He's getting double teamed all game. But I think this is the weekend that he gets after it, notches a sack or 2. He's top 5 among defensive tackles in double teams. So he is getting double teamed quite a bit. And I've been seeing a lot of flack being thrown his way as far as his production on the field. And if you're mad at Kenny Clark, I said it yesterday. I think if you're mad at Kenny Clark, and I've caught myself, being a little disappointed in not seeing him get after it as much as I guess I originally thought before the season. But he's taking on guys to free up our other guys who aren't doing squat. So if you're mad at Kenny Clark, I think you're really mad at the other guys not doing their job while Kenny Clark is getting double teamed. Now, I don't think Kenny is playing as well as he should be, and I'm not trying to excuse that by any means. And I know he can play better, and I think he will this weekend. Give me a Kenny Clark sack this weekend on Brock Purdy. Book it. All right, guys, let's get the fact of the day rolling. This one's a good one. You guys are going to like it.
It's time for your Green Bay Packers Fact of the Day. Brought to you by TickPick. TickPick guarantees to have the lowest prices on Packers tickets. If you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use code Packers20 at checkout. That's Packers20. This promo code can only be used in the app, so make sure to download the TickPick app today.
All right, your fact of the day, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, 838 rushing yards, are the most by a Packer in their first 10 games with the team. I think it's safe to say that he's been pretty much everything and more than we all were hoping for when we signed him this offseason. I love me some Aaron Jones, so slow your roll here, but I am glad to have Josh Jacobs back there for us. Shout out to Josh Jacobs. 838 rushing yards are the most by a Packer in their first 10 games with the team. Shout out to Jacobs, and shout out to TickPick for partnering up with myself. I used them for the game I went to against the Packers and Cardinals about a month ago, and I just used them again, buying tickets for the Dolphins game that I'm going to next Thursday night. It's simple. There's no gimmicks. There's no nothing. They guarantee the cheapest tickets on the market. And if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, they will give you 110% of your money back, on top of having the cheapest tickets on the market, which they guarantee. I don't know if you heard me. Use the code Packers20 at checkout for $20 more off of your order. Thank you, TickPick. And shout out to Josh Jacobs. My man Nick in the chat. Good to see you, Nick. I think Josh Jacobs was an upgrade. It's even past his play to he's younger and he's healthier too. Yes, Nick, he's younger, he's healthier, and I think, gosh, don't kill me here. I think he is a better running back than Aaron Jones. When they both hang up the cleats and you compare their careers, I think the majority of football fans will say that Josh Jacobs was the better running back in the NFL than Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. I know, and I think he was so underrated when he was with us. Our best offensive player almost every year outside of Devontae, outside of Aaron. And the last year was the spark that we had and the run that we went on to end the year was, I think, really kind of started with Aaron Jones. Jordan Love was playing lights out for sure, but having Aaron Jones to kind of counter that was a massive reason we went on a hot streak to end of the year. So love me some Aaron Jones. You can see his jersey right here. He was kind enough to sign it for me after a practice. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. Great guy, ultimate football, ultimate Packer, ultimate community guy. But Josh Jacobs has been playing lights out ever since he's joined the Packers. Nick, thank you for hopping on, my man. Have yourself a great Thursday. I know I will. That is going to do it for me today, guys, as far as the show goes. But as you know, the content never stops. I'm always posting anything Packers related all day long. So be sure to follow me at GBP Daily on every social platform. And if you are not already, it would mean a ton if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel at GBP Daily as well. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, I will catch you guys later. Thank you.